What's up, everybody? It's Stuck in Carbonite, and today I have another video. And I really want to talk about the current state of collecting, um, what it's like, and I'll kind of give you just kind of like an update on where I am in the mix of all this. And this idea actually came from a movie toy tuber, 8090, a dear friend. I messaged him probably like a month ago and I was like, I need some ideas. And he said, state of collecting video and also what I would do for a G.I. Joe movie. So I definitely wanted to make a video of both of these things, but for the G.I. Joe movie pitch in a way, I guess is what I would call it. I really want that video to be special, and I really want to put a lot of thought and time into it to make it right. I don't want to sound like I'm, just rambling all over the place like I normally do. And I really have a good idea of how I would do the movie. It's just whenever I make this video, I want to explain the plot and everything in detail, but also do it in a reasonable amount of time so you're not sitting here for like an hour and then I just wasted all of your time. But anyways, let's talk about the current state of collecting. So, yeah, where I am right now currently is I'm at a point where I'm just currently enjoying what I have, you know? And honestly, like you're always going to have things you want, whether you're a collector or not. There's going to be that car or that house or that piece of clothing or that TV or game system, whatever it is, there's always going to be something that you want. And as a consumer, you are going to pay for what you want because you really want it regardless of price. But sometimes you will, you know, base your decision on what you buy depending on the price, right? So one thing I've noticed is like some collectors, it's like, yeah, I really want to collect Transformers, but I don't feel like, buying a brand new, leader class Transformer for $60. Instead, I might just go with the Blockies version, for $15 or $20, whatever it may be. And, like I see collectors making decisions like that. And sometimes, like, I'll be honest with you, I make decisions like that sometimes. Uh, Usually when there's a lot of things that I like, right? And a lot of things that I have saved in my cart. You know what I mean? A lot of things I have saved on list. I go, okay, what's the smallest of these things and what cost what costs the most and what's the least? And usually I get what is less expensive or if it's on sale. I'm just being honest. Uh, I've noticed myself do it time and time again. Like for Black Friday, I really wanted the 2007 Blockies Transformers Optimus Prime and Megatron. They were $20, and I was more than willing to spend $20. But I just kind of like I was in no rush to get them because Blockies, like Lego, almost all of their product is in stock, like all the time. So I just didn't worry about it. I was like, I'll get them when I get around to it. And then Black Friday comes around, and then boom, like all of their, what is it, Champion and Classic Class kits are $5 a piece. So I jumped the gun and I bought several of those. So, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it's like the right opportunity will come up for you to buy that thing. Even if it's not on sale, maybe you just have the money and you're like, you know what? I'm going to get it. Because there are several times where like last year, I'll give you a prime example. And I keep using Transformers, I guess, because that's just what I watched recently. Transformers is on my mind, so I'm just going to stick with that. But like I knew I wanted 86 Devastator. I have always wanted a Devastator. Uh, I did everything possible to make sure I had that figure. So you know what I did? I pre-ordered every single Constructicon. Every single one of them. And, to a lot of people, that's like, well, duh, of course you're going to pre-order if you really want it. But like for me, I don't pre-order a lot. I just don't. Because I don't want to be one of those people where it's like, oh, I have 12 open pre-orders, and guess what? they all hit in the month of July, and now I owe Big Bag Toy Store $300, and I thought it was going to be spaced out all the way to October. You know what I mean? I don't want to be one of those people because then I'm putting myself in a box financially. You know what I mean? So if money is tight and I get a bill for a bunch of pre-orders, I just did that to myself. You know what I mean? And we can talk about the prices of figures and stuff, right? So has there been a significant jump? Absolutely. Uh, are there issues with inflation? Yes. But is it really an issue if prices just continually go up over time? You know what I mean? I think I don't know. Like, I'm no expert when it comes to economics, and I don't pay attention to every little detail of what goes on in manufacturing, in business in general. I don't. But I will say this: if everything else around you is going up, like, don't you think toys will go up too? Like, I'm just saying, like, and it is crazy to think because, at one point, this was a $20 figure brand new just a couple years ago. And now this is $27.99. That's crazy. And I think about it like with Black Series and the Vintage Collection and Star Wars. A Black Series figure, well, what is it, like a year or so ago, was $24.99 brand new. Now they're either $27.99 or $29.99 for a basic release, depending on where you buy the figure. So a $3 to $5 jump isn't bad, in my opinion. To me, that's an easier pill to swallow. But if you're a TVC collector, you went from, what was it, $13.99 to $19.99? So you had like a $6 jump. And to me, it's like that's an even harder pill to swallow because it's like I'm paying $20 for a 3 3/4 figure. But here's the, I don't want to say counter, but you know what I mean? Here's the other side of this equation is the figures, in my opinion, overall are getting better. Like TVC has really upped their game with the sculpts. Like the face sculpts are just unreal. Like I don't have many newer TVC figures, but I have, and what's crazy is I found all these on sale at Ross. But like I have Cassian from season 1 of Andor. I have Zeb, the deluxe Zeb from Rebels. I have IG-12 from Mando season 3. And I have the Phase 1 Clone Trooper from Attack of the Clones on that new body. And I will say every single one of those figures is stellar. Stellar. I mean, top tier. Like, literally no complaints. And, I see why a lot of Black Series collectors are dipping their toes into TVC. Because it's like, they've really stepped up their game. Is it pricey? Yes. But it's gotten better. And same thing with Transformers, I would say. I would say overall, I'm not saying every release, but overall, like the sculpts are getting better, the proportions. Now, do some of them still have problems? Absolutely. But my point is like the engineering and the tooling is getting better. So it kind of justifies the price. But, at the same time, I will admit, I think some of these companies have some just terrible moves. I mean, they make some greedy moves, okay? Like, and I'm going to use Transformers as an example again, because wasn't it the Transformers Armada, like Nemesis Prime with the Star Saber was like $90 freaking dollars? Like, that is crazy. And then you have, like, more recently, the Skybound Optimus Prime with the Megatron arm, which is basically Studio Series 86 Prime. And what are they charging, like 70 or 80 bucks for that figure? Like, that's crazy. You don't even come with a trailer. It's just a figure and a Megatron arm. And it's like all existing parts. And the most recent Studio Series 86 mold for Prime we got is the damaged one, right? The Target exclusive. And what is that, $60? So I'm paying $20 more just for a Megatron arm? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if he comes with any extra accessories or whatnot, but it's like, I feel like the companies are doing that because they know it's going to be hot. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, we can definitely charge a little bit more for this because, like, this is the Prime that people want. You know what I mean? And I look at, like, the Marvel Legends Maximum series, too. Now, I will say, I think the figures look phenomenal. But do all the accessories justify $30 increase for the entire set? I would say for some, yes. Like the Spider-Man, I think that is absolutely worth it for 60 bucks. Um, I think I think it was Hulk was the one that I saw that I was kind of looking at it and I was just like, you know what? That's really not a decent looking Hulk. I mean, like he looks okay, but it's like I feel like you could have done better for it to be like maximum. Cause like especially, it always comes down to like the titles of these products too, right? So it's like you hear maximum and I'm thinking like, man, this is about to be the best of the best. But then it's like some of the standard releases of those characters are just as good or better. So it's like you're really just paying for the accessories. And maybe that's just what you want. So at the end of the day, I'm kind of reiterating what I've said in previous videos, but it's like you spend your money how you like, okay? And regardless of how much something costs, if you really like it and you know you really want it, you're going to find a way to get it, okay? And if that means you got to spend 10 to 20 more dollars, you probably will. I mean, because think about it. The nerd space is like bigger than it's ever been. More people are playing video games now than ever. I mean, heck, I don't even think kids are playing card games anymore. It's now the adults that are out there buying Pokemon cards and actually playing in tournaments. Action figures right now. Think about it. Your Star Wars, your G.I. Joe Classified, my personal favorite, which they've seen price hikes too. Same prices as like Black Series. So it's like, I mean, the Marvel Legends, the Transformers, the Lego especially. Like Lego is insane. Like Lego is really pushing me away. Like that's the one company that I would be fine with dropping completely. If it came down to it, like if I really had to set boundaries. Now I still love Lego, and there's Lego sets that I would still love to have, but it's like some of it is like I don't see the value. And and that's what it also comes down to is like, do you see the value? So like regardless of what the price is and what somebody thinks the price should be, if you see the value, that should be all that matters to you. Like for me, I don't like that vintage collection figures are $20, but I will admit that everything about the vintage collection is getting better. So I pre-ordered the vintage collection Imbo because I really wanted it and I found it to be valuable. Like I found the value in it because I think it looks great. Heck, whenever I open it up, I might like it more than the Black Series figure. So like that's my point. Like you're gonna find a way to get what you want. Okay? Maybe it might not be exactly in the way you imagined. It might not be exactly the price you thought of. You might, and you know what, you also might make decisions based on price point. So like I'm just going to use Transformers again as an example. Let's say you really want a nice Optimus Prime figure. So it's like I can buy leader class 86 Prime, right? For like, what is it, 100 or 110 bucks right now online. I think it's 110 or 108, something like that. So I can spend over $100 on 86 Prime, or I can get a really nice G1 Blockies model kit for 40 bucks. And basically, after it's built and completed, it's a really nice action figure with way more posability than the $100-something figure. It's just, it doesn't transform. So it's like, sometimes you make decisions based on price point. Like for me, I'm going to get that Transformers Prime $40, Optimus Prime before I get Studio Series 86 anything. Okay? I'm just telling you right now. Do I think the leader classes are worth 60 bucks? I think in some cases, most of them are if they're really good. But like every other company, there's a lot of reuse too. So it's like, you got to pick your own battles too, guys. So it's not so much of, complaining and wondering why the prices went up and why things are different, why things are more difficult. Like, guys, it doesn't have to be stressful. We're literally talking about toys. You know what I mean? So, like, at the end of the day, buy what you like, spend as comfortably as you want. You know what I mean? Like, it's your money. Nobody's telling you you can't or can or cannot spend your money on something. You know what I mean? Nobody's stopping you. And, you know, like that's where I'm at. I mean, there's going to be things like Imbo, for example, because I've always wanted an Imbo figure. I'm going to pay. Like, if that Imbo was 35 bucks, I probably would have bought it still because it's freaking Imbo. You know what I mean? I don't know when they're going to make another Imbo. You know what I mean? I really don't. There's just certain things that you know you will not pass up. You know? And I think of so many times in the past where I've been toy hunting, you know, whether I'm getting groceries or I'm literally going to a store just to find something. You know, I'll go, man, I really shouldn't get it, but I know I really want it, and it's the last one in the store, so I think I might just go ahead and get it. Now, whether or not, you know, I should have got that figure, I still got it. You know what I mean? So yes, inflation is a thing. Yes, scalpers are terrible, and they're trying to, you know, oversell everything. But you also have to take into consideration that it's your life. Who cares about what somebody says about your collection? Who cares about what somebody says about the prices or the way this figure looks? Like, if you think it looks horrible, don't buy it. If you think it looks great, go buy it if you want to. But don't let somebody ruin your joy over the hobby. And that's kind of where I'm at. It's like there's so many people on the interwebs complaining about price. And am I guilty of it? Absolutely. Like, sometimes I will. I'm not going to lie. Especially if it's just like out of nowhere. Like that Nemesis Prime. Like $90. What are we doing? I thought that was going to be like a $60 set, which I would have gladly paid $60. But $90? I'm in no rush, man. I'm in no rush. So, basically, it's the same thing that many have said before. Buy what you like, enjoy what you like, and don't let people ruin it for you. Don't get caught up in that trap. Because some people, for some reason, they feed off of that crap. They feed off of it. And I've never understood that. Like, if I'm over here making fun of you for spending $100 on a Mayfix figure, but you're happy with your Mayfix figure, why does it matter what I say? You know what I mean? Like, again, I wouldn't do that, but it's just like, if you find enjoyment in it, enjoy it. But some people let the internet affect them, or what people say affect them. And if you're one of those people just talking trash about people's collection and how they spend their money and say that they're part of the problem why the prices went up, dude, you do the same thing, but just for other figures or other collectibles, whatever it is. Like, we are all consumers. We are taking part in the hobby, putting our money into the pockets of these people that make the stuff. That's how it works. It's business. But anyways, guys, I think I'm done yapping. I'm pushing 20 minutes, and I was trying to make this like under 15. But anyways, thanks to Movie Toy Tuber 8090 for the suggestion. I'll have his channel linked below. Go give him I was going to say a follow, but, you know, go give him a follow, subscribe to him, watch some of his videos. He did a really cool G.I. Joe video recently, and a video on his trip to ICC-Con. Look at me, bro. I'm tripping. ICC-Con, because it's ICC. Yeah. Anyways, go check him out. Go give him a subscribe and start liking some of his videos so he can get some traction. But anyways, guys, thank you again for watching. I appreciate you stopping by. And let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you're doing in the collecting space. Let me know how things are going. Like, have you slowed down? Has nothing changed? Are you getting more than you ever have because you're just really happy with the product coming out? Let me know how you feel. Everybody's story is different, and I'm curious. But anyways, guys, I believe that'll be it. Stay blessed and stay frosty.